Hi, Pep. How you doing?
Hi.
Good to speak to you. First of all, how are Jota and Bobby doing fitness-wise, and how tough is selection going to be for this game?
Yeah, Bobby, we have to see in the next 2 days. He's pushing himself really hard, but he will not be available for the final to reach the squad. We hope he will be back really soon because you all see and know and feel how important he is for our way of play. So I'm happy that he's pushing himself. Hopefully he's soon back. Jota, yeah, so far no reaction on the things he did. So the straight line running, the change of direction, the ball work he did. So that's a good sign. But it's still, he isn't ruled out, but still will be a challenge.
Sure. Pep, obviously this game is taking place against the backdrop of Ukraine. You were there in 2018 for the Champions League final. I mean, how difficult is it to concentrate fully on football at the moment? And what's your reaction to the Champions League final being moved to Paris this morning?
Yeah, what happens at the moment is truly awful. It's so serious, and as a football coach in this moment, sitting here in front of a sports journalist, I think it's not the right moment or not the time to speak my personal opinion. It doesn't feel appropriate, but what I can say is that I'm a father, I'm a brother, I'm a son, I'm a human being, I'm a husband. So it's hard. We think with all these people there, and I think it's the same reaction that you guys have. It's just really frightening at the moment.
And just finally, from
of course, if I have to give a reaction in the football way, of course, it's the right decision to move to the Champions League final.
Yeah, and just finally from me,
I think, to be honest, I think each war is a true disappointment for humankind.
And just finally, Pep, would you like to see the club and the Liverpool fans make some kind of gesture of solidarity with Ukraine on Sunday?
I'm going to jump in on that. I don't think it's fair to question Pep. I think the legitimate question the Champions League final Pep's not an answer to and a reaction to. I think it's as Pep pointed out his answer as a football coach here to preview a football match, and rather than focus the questions on the match we're here to preview.
Sure, thanks so much. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Jeremy. We'll go to Juliet Farrington from the BBC in the room.
Hey.
Hello there, Pep. Has there been a real focus on the cup competitions this season, the domestic cup competitions, because these are competitions that Liverpool haven't won for quite some time?
Yeah, we have tradition in both. We have history in both, of course. Yeah, this is a competition where we want to bring young talent, where we want to showcase, where we want to launch. So that's really important. I think if you look at the best clubs in the world, what do they have in common? It's this one club mentality, and our journey in this League Cup shows that we exactly that. Now, it's about the journey, of course, but now we are 2 days away from the final, and we want to go in it with all we have and make it a proper game. And we can't wait, of course, to go to Wembley and see all the fans and hear them and feel them. And for Liverpool, it's not just for us as a group, as a staff, but for the whole club. It's just it's a big compliment because what I said, this competition is so much more than just the first team. It was a proper compliment to our academy as well.
I think that's what's come across in the players that we've spoken to and Jurgen as well. It's the fact it's not just about the first team, it's like the under 18s, the under 23s, all these players who contributed to this ride, he called it, that you've been on.
Yeah, absolutely. I think example, Cruyff is a really good example. So if you look him going to play the final, if everything goes well tomorrow, of course in training, but him reaching the final, it shows that there's an inside part for all young goalkeepers inside our club. So it's a compliment for the goalkeeper department, of course, to have this trust, for the manager to have this trust. But this is what I like. It's possible for a young goalkeeper in our club to reach a final with time, with a lot of training, with a lot of games, with a lot of steps. But that's really nice to see.
Okay, we'll go to Mike Hughes for a couple, and then to Carl Markham, and then to Neil. I think maybe one from Donald. Mike next.
Pep, it was really interesting to listen to Jurgen Klopp in the aftermath of the victory against Norwich, and he was talking about the switch to a 4-4-2 and how well it worked out. And he answered the question by saying it was actually Pep's idea. It shows in a lot of respects what sort of guy Jurgen is. You know, that he doesn't want to take all the praise, but it shows how close you two must be in terms of how you work together and try and get the best out of the players. How does it sort of work out in terms of when you're chatting during the match or pre-match team selection plans? What's the division of labour there?
First of all, Jurgen is so much more than a colleague to me. So I'm really grateful and really happy the way we work together. It's a commitment based on respect. It's a commitment based on trust. With this trust comes a lot of freedom. With this trust comes a lot of opinion. I think it's not just me and him, of course. It's so much more backroom staff who constantly are in our ears to make decisions or to put us in the right path. So it's just, if you see our team, the togetherness, this comes from something. And if you as a staff, if you have as a group of people who show leadership, it's probably the most powerful tool that we want our team to be how we are. And that's why it's so important that they feel and they see that the manager, the assistant manager, the other assistant manager, Peter, Jack, John, Tafa, Andreas, all of us are so close. And there's a team behind the team. And I believe that a manager is as good as the team behind the team. So.
Liverpool have a really good record in the League Cup under its many different guises. The first time they've been to the final for a while. Probably like never before, you can't get a ticket for love nor money. It's the most high-profile League Cup final that there's ever been. And I don't know whether it's something about the dramatic victory against Leicester in the quarterfinals, but it's really...
By the way, there were 3 subs as well at half-time against Leicester. But anyway, we're 3-0 behind and we came back.
Yeah, but what I mean is there's something about this year's competition. The Liverpool fans, it's caught fire.
It's English football. Yeah. What makes it so special? It's not the League Cup. It's English football. How many? 72? 92 clubs. And England, the history of the English Cup competition prove that each league can win from another league. So it gave already so many incredible games, not just the top, but you will see now in the final. It's 2 Champions League level teams who are going to compete for a trophy. On this level we are speaking. We're going there to compete against the champions of Europe. We're going there to compete against the champions of the world at this moment in time. And we know that Chelsea is a top team with so much, not just experience, but technique and experience. And I feel that they are the team who always find the spaces the opposition doesn't occupy. So we leave space behind our 3 forwards or 4, depending. And they use. We leave space on the opposite side. They use. We leave spaces between the lines. They use. So we have to be spot on tomorrow. Tomorrow, sorry, in 2 days. But we really look forward to it because we know, and this is what the manager always says, we don't want to be the best team in the world, but we want to be the team who beats those capable in each moment of time, in each moment of the season, to beat the best teams in the world. And that's what we're going to try in 2 days.
Thank you.
Right, you're asking for a ticket then.
It's English football.
No, I'll speak to you later about this.
Carl, and then we'll go to Neil Jones.
Hi, Pep.
Sorry.
Generally, in terms of preparations for a final, is there anything you have to do differently because it's a final? And specifically, with that in mind, do you have to deal with the younger players slightly differently?
No, because I think when we started this project, over time in this project, we came to the conclusion that the way to be successful in the schedule of English football, but also in all these competitions, is to focus on the next game. And our group created this mentality that each next game is a final, because otherwise we could never have reached the levels we reach or the special games we reach. We see each game literally as a final, so nothing changing this. So if we speak about Leicester, if we speak about Norwich, if we speak in the Premier League or in the Cup, whereas most of the times of course final. So nothing there changes. We always prepare and then prepare well. We make a lineup, but at that moment in time, for us, the best lineup to play our way of football. So that means intense, and then we want to attack match day. So always keeping the same routines, preparing each game. And as you see over the last years, we really see, and you have to believe me in this, we really see each game as a final.
And just on Wednesday after the match, I asked Jurgen about Joel's goal, and he said it was something they thought he could do against Leeds. But
Absolutely.
we've seen him do that a lot this season.
Yeah.
You know, bringing the ball out of defence and
Yeah.
running forward. Can you explain how much you've encouraged him to do that and what benefits it has
Yeah.
to the team play?
As always, we're constantly searching for new weapons. We're always searching for new dynamics to bring the ball out of the back. And we felt that, or we see that our team became better in recognizing when to step, when to switch quick, and with Joel, but also with Ubu, also with Joe, and with Verge, with times going into midfield like that. It's when they are the free player and when there's space, they can really go into commit. And it's not the first time that it happened, because we call this the classic Joel dribble. So he does this a lot in the small-sided games, for example. He comes a lot 1-1 against the goalkeeper when you play 5v5 or 66. But I really believe that our positional game, or the way how we bring out the ball from the back, improved massively over the years. So, and this is one of these steps we had to make, that our centre halves are able to. Basically, you want to create the last pass from everywhere, and that should even be a centre half who is able to play the last pass. Even Ali should be able to play the last pass. Then you see that the team is connected, and that's a good sign.
Thank you. I knew you give me the technical explanation.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's fine. That's what I wanted. Thank you.
You talk about Quimby. I think Jürgen said last month, he said not everyone at Liverpool was always convinced that he was going to be a goalkeeper that would come through and play for the first team. How did he make that next step, and what does it say about him and the coaching staff?
I'm not sure who he's referring to, who didn't believe, but I was the coach of the under-16s when we signed him. So he came into my team, and we saw from the start that he was all the things what he's shown now on a really high level he had at that time. So it's just to give in each healthy pathway to a first team, it's about faith and it's about patience. And that's hopefully what you see, what we try to do with all of our talents. And on the right moments, the right games, and the right moments, the right steps to make next step. But if I speak about Cruyff, then I have to refer as well to Adrian, because Adrian played against Preston. And I don't know if you remember, he saved, I'm going to say, our ass 2 times on 0-0, 2 incredible saves. So what I like as well is that Ali played the semi-final, so it's a compliment for John for his goalkeeping team, because we use all 3 goalkeepers, and it's not Leicester, Daka shoot, he saves, Drewsbury Hall, he saves 2 penalties, and Norwich, he saved the penalty to bring us through. Arsenal, Martinelli comes through, low first corner shot he saves. So he earned the right to play in this final, and probably that's what I love the most. That and I said this before, our talents, they don't let us down, and they never did. So I like that Cruyff is making the next step, and we're just really happy that we don't have only Cruyff, Ali, we have Cruyff, and we have Adrian. And on the moment Adrian is called up, he made the difference, and that's why as well why we are in the final.
Okay, I think we'll do the final now. I think the final one will be Dom, unless there's any more from you guys. Dom, to finish with this section. If there are any hands up on the Zoom, let me know. If not, I think this concludes the first part of that lesson.
Just the younger lads who played in the earlier rounds, like Katie and Connor, Tyler, Harvey Blair, Owen Beck, there's a couple of others. obviously the squad's so big at the minute, and the senior players are all fit. What do you do with them on Sunday to make them feel part of it, because they've all contributed to get to where you are? So what do you do, and is the process with them?
Yeah, first of all, we speak a lot with them, so it's not like that we do something different now. They know and they feel that they are our talents and they are part of our squad. What's important is that they travel with us, at least the ones who are constantly with the first team. So I say Tyler, Kate. So even when they don't reach the squad, they will travel. Because if I say now a name, Jurgen will change it, and you guys blame me that I say a name. So anyway, if you're part of Liverpool Football Club, you don't get a better or worse feeling if you are selected or not. You get the feeling by the people who are working here and the people, and not just the coaching staff, all of us. So we believe in this pathway of the first team, or this inside pathway to bring talents and to give chance and to launch. And that's why I'm extra proud, I think, that we reached the final in this competition, because this competition was all about the journey, and we made the final. So.
Great.
Thank you, guys. And I think that concludes the first part of our press. Thank you very much.